Good morning, everyone. It's Friday, July 17th. From the San Antonio Express News, my name is Luis Vasquez, and this is your Express Briefing. All of the stories you need to know to start your day. You can expect partly sunny skies and a high of about 100. High temperatures this weekend should fall short of the triple-digit mark. Bexar County officials reported a record 21 new deaths from COVID-19 on Thursday and added 5,501 cases to the county's total. Only 691 of those cases were new. The others had gone unreported previously because of a record-keeping glitch. Texas set yet another record for coronavirus deaths Thursday with 154, the third day in a row above 100. The state reported 105 deaths on Wednesday and 104 on Tuesday. The number of Texas nursing home residents testing positive for COVID-19 has increased by more than 60% since the start of July, according to state data, raising concerns that the protective measures still lag in those facilities. And now, let's move on to the top stories for the day. You can find links to all these articles in the episode's description. Northside and Northeast Independent School Districts, the two largest in Bexar County, will begin the fall semester fully remote. Northeast will start its academic year August 17th and Northside on August 24th, but neither will provide in-person and on-campus instruction until the Labor Day weekend at the earliest. The announcements came Thursday while school districts were awaiting new guidance on reopening schools from the Texas Education Agency. As coronavirus cases continue to rise across the state, Texas Education Commissioner Mike Morath told superintendents that the amended guidance will come Friday and allow them to delay the start of in-person learning. Krista Toralva examines the latest timeline changes. More than two-thirds of KN95 respirator masks tested by Southwest Research Institute failed to meet U.S. filtration standards. Some of the masks that were supposed to filter out at least 95% of virus-sized particles blocked only 63%. KN95 masks are manufactured in China and look similar to the gold standard N95 masks used by healthcare providers to protect against the novel coronavirus. But KN95 masks sold in the United States have not gone through the same certification process as N95 masks. Laura Garcia takes a closer look at what Southwest Research Institute's Particle Science and Technology Lab and its team of 10 engineers and technicians found. In late June, as coronavirus infections surged through the San Antonio region, 17 dance companies with 150 young contestants converged on the Lila Cockrell Theater downtown to take part in a national talent competition. Over 4 days, 150 children shimmied, tiptoed, and hopped across the stage, competing in 41 contests. Many times, they danced in groups larger than 20. Not once did the children wear protective face masks while on stage. Sometimes, they didn't even wear face masks off stage either. Some have questioned why San Antonio is making money by booking events at the city-owned theater while saying business closures were necessary to curb the spread of the virus. Emily Eaton has more. Columnist Gilbert Garcia writes, quote, "Over the past 4 months, President Donald Trump has been battered by Category 5 political headwinds. A COVID-19 pandemic which has taken the lives of 138,000 Americans, a resulting economic shutdown, and a nationwide Black Lives Matter protest in response to the killing of George Floyd. Trump has failed to get a handle on any of these crises and now finds himself trailing the presumptive Democratic nominee, Joe Biden, by double digits in almost every major national poll. Trump's nature is to blame others for his own inadequacies. He went through 3 campaign managers during the 2016 race. Former San Antonian and 2020 campaign manager Brad Parscale was an easy target for the president's existential wrath." To keep our readers up to date on the path of COVID-19, the Express News built a dashboard of interactive graphics showing the spread of the virus in the San Antonio area, in Texas as a whole, and across the U.S. You can find that dashboard in the episode's description. Next up are your need-to-know headlines. You can find all of these headlines and more inside your Express News subscription. After bitter conflict over the fate of a 1/8 cent sales tax, Mayor Ron Nirenberg and Via Metropolitan Transit leaders have struck a compromise that would let them both have it if voters choose so. Forced to hold their statewide convention online because of COVID-19, GOP leaders fired verbal shots at Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner, while Governor Greg Abbott defended his handling of the virus before critics of his mask mandates. Bexar County commissioners approved $9 million in aid Thursday to help 22 suburban communities cover the costs related to COVID-19, ranging from hazard pay and face masks to safety barriers and building upgrades. San Antonio officials have secured 5 refrigerated trailers that can each hold between 24 and 36 bodies until they can be released from hospitals to funeral homes. Trinity University will not compete in football, cross-country, soccer, and volleyball in 2020 as conferences are pulling fall sports on hold due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The Trump administration has made it more difficult to become a U.S. citizen as it has focused on more strictly vetting applicants, resulting in longer wait times and a deepening naturalization backlog. But so far, little evidence of widespread fraud, according to a new report. Nearly 4 months after officials declared a public health emergency in response to COVID-19, thousands of residents in Bexar County and across Texas continue filing jobless claims each week. Rosenda Rios, a longtime San Antonio TV and radio journalist, best known for her time at KSAT, died Thursday morning at a hospice in Houston. She was 62. The proud father of the Federal Public Defender's Office in San Antonio, Lucien Campbell, was a courthouse visionary who earned national respect for his work on behalf of indigent defendants. He passed away recently at the age of 77. Optimism is a wonderful thing, and so is high school football, but neither trumps reality, writes sports columnist Mike Finger, who says we're just not ready for high school football. The Express News editorial board writes, quote, "In a move that was stunning for its cynicism, Trump communed the sentence of his friend Roger Stone, the self-described political trickster. This was not a decision based on sound judgment or legal acumen. It was a favor to a longtime crony and thus the worst kind of corruption." The Netflix comedy series The Expanding Universe of Ashley Garcia has made San Antonio actress Paulina Chávez not only a star, but a Latina role model. Quote, "For me, it's always an honor," said 18-year-old Chávez. "I always say that, but it really is, to represent my culture and to be a part of it." Chávez continues that mission in Ashley Garcia, Genius in Love, which debuts Monday on Netflix. Then later this year, she brings more cultura home for the holidays in the Lifetime television movie Feliz Navidad. Next up, the fun stuff. The pandemic has left 2 of the city's best chicken fried steak destinations dark for the time being. So you can't get the massive blue-collar monster at Lulu's Bakery and Cafe, nor the fancy pants Wagyu version at the Esquire Tavern. The good news is you can still get chicken fried steak at 5 of San Antonio's most enduring restaurants, the youngest of which is 38, the oldest of which traces its origins back more than 100 years. Spurs coach Greg Popovich says he's prioritizing player development over the postseason with the NBA season's restart. Just 24 hours before San Antonio FC was set to resume its USL Championship season against RGV-FC, the match was postponed in response to a positive COVID-19 test within the RGV organization. In gardening news, Calvin Finch has a guide to deer-proof plants and tips for protecting your landscape from deer. Also, Neil Sperry answers your questions about a struggling rosebush and more. The Public Theater of San Antonio is postponing the slate of productions it announced for the 2021 season before the coronavirus pandemic scrambled things. Instead, it will announce a season of one-person shows. San Antonio Express News writers Mike Finger, Jeff McDonald, and Nick Talbot discussed the merits of the NBA bubble in Orlando, Florida, and if it was even worth it for the Spurs to attend. And that's all for today. This was your Express Briefing. My name is Luis Vasquez. Please consider becoming an Express News subscriber to get in-depth coverage on all the stories you heard today. Also, be sure to rate and review this podcast inside your Apple Podcast app, as it really helps the show. Have a wonderful day, everyone.